Will Brown, first and foremost, welcome to New Zealand. What made you decide to not just win a championship, but then go kind of, very strange direction back to single series, because it's kind of where you started?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people were prepared to see me in this series this year. But I won the F4 championship in Australia in 2016, and I actually wanted to come do this in 2017, but budget didn't allow me to go down, I guess, the open wheeler path and the supercar path. So I ended up in Super 2 and where I am today. But I think I just had the supporters, the sponsors and all that behind me after winning the championship, and I was actually just doing a bit of fitness and cycling on my bike down under my house, and I was watching the FIA3 race, and I thought, how can I get back in an open wheeler? And I thought, coming back over to New Zealand, doing CT Frock, the Toyota series over here is my perfect way of getting back in a car that's not crazy fast, but something that's very competitive with overseas drivers coming over. So I made a few phone calls, and luckily Tony Quinn owns part of Triple Eight, and he helped me out, put a deal together to come over here and race.
But I think it's important to notice that it's not just Tony Quinn, it's your sponsors too, all the guys that have worked with you in Australia. So, it's more to it than that. So you've actually got some normal, regular backing.
Oh, 100%. I've been very lucky in my career to surround myself with great people and great companies. And for me, I've been lucky enough to go to a NASCAR last year and supported by all these great sponsors, Insurance Partners, Quadlock, KMC Wheels, all these other ones, Red Bull, that have made this happen. And I made a phone call to a couple of them to help contribute to this as well. And before I knew it, the car was full, and I was able to come and do it. So it's really the people you surround yourself and the companies that allows you to go and do these races.
Well, if you're not frightened of NASCAR, you're certainly not going to be frightened of single seaters. I'm sure Shane had a part in that. You saw what he did. How was that experience at Sonoma? Obviously, a bit of an advantage. It wasn't an oval. That would have been a real deep shot. But is it something down the road that you'd like to kind of follow Shane's footsteps? I know you guys are friends.
Yeah, 100%. I want to go over there and do a couple of races. It's not that I want to move over there and do exactly what Shane did. I love supercars. I've obviously signed a fairly long-term contract with Red Bull Ampol Racing, but for me it's like getting a fix. I get to go over there, I get to race a different category, compare myself against those drivers and have fun. I get to go to new countries, new states, all that sort of stuff. And it's sort of like a holiday, I look at it. So getting to go to the NASCAR race is amazing. Hopefully my goal would be to lock in at 2 or 3 each year that I know they're happening, lock them in at the start of the year and fit it around my racing.
And what's the plan? You're only going to do 3 rounds, so you don't worry about a championship per se, but what do you want to kind of achieve out of it? You're going to do the Grand Prix, which is obviously puts you in a position to potentially win it.
Ultimately, I'd love to win some races. That's why I'm here. That's why I race cars, to try and win. But podiums would be awesome as well. We've had a pretty strong start so far. I think we've been in the top 4 most sessions. So I'm feeling good. I actually felt better in the car the first couple of sessions because I think it took some of the younger guys a bit longer to get up to scratch. But now they're starting to edge away from me a little bit. So I've got to work a bit harder overnight to get a little bit closer. We're about 4/10 off on both green tyre runs. But there's a lot of learning to do. It is a lot different to what I've been driving, so it's just getting back to those open wheeler routes and getting used to it.
You certainly know Taupo because you won here in supercars, but I would have thought that's probably a mental meld because your braking points have got to be all very different.
Oh, I'm braking about 100 metres deeper in this car, and it's not a heavy, big touring car that doesn't stop. Yeah, that's right. It just stops this car. So it is quite amazing. It's it doesn't seem like a crazy fast car these, but we're going 3-4 seconds quicker around here in these than a supercar because it's such a tight little track. These things are so nimble, they're quite fast. So it's been interesting. It's a lot different around here than a supercar, but like you say, I know the track, so that's been very helpful.
On a serious note, I mean, you've come here to see, throw your hand in a single seater, see where you stand. You've got another Red Bull driver to kind of, in some ways, I guess, see where you are because he's the next up-and-coming Red Bull wannabe for Formula One. Helmut Marko sent him here, part of the Red Bull. I saw you talking. Nice kid, but somebody you can actually genuinely see where you are.
Yeah, Helmut Marko didn't send me here. I think it was just Red Bull Australia, but that'd be nice. But when he got announced, I was like, oh, okay, this is why I'm coming to do it. I want to compare myself against someone. It sounds like he's going to be in an F1 car this year, maybe for some practice sessions or in one of the cars for a test day. So someone that is, that good with that much talent, and Helmut Marko and those guys are willing to put him in a car. I'm just excited to compare myself against him. Obviously he's a great young talent and so on that's really fast. So if I can run close to him, and we can't bang doors in these, that's what we say in touring car. But if I can race close with him and have some fun, it'll be good.
Well, I've done plenty of interviews with your mate Shane, and he would say a car's a car, it doesn't make any difference. It's got 4 wheels. Are you of that mindset, or what is the biggest difference between supercars and?
100%. It is a car, and you just got to make that car go fast no matter what it is. But obviously experience in each car does help. So, if that's open wheelers or what. But, for me, I want to be a driver that's very adaptable. I've done, and when I finish my career, that I've raced in multiple different categories and been successful in them. So that's what I'm aiming for. And that's why, like I said, I'm doing GT. I'm trying to do some NASCAR races as well. This series, I'm trying to race as much as I can, really.
Finally, Alonso's done it, Shane's done it. Is there a race that you would love? You're 26. I mean, you've got 30 years. Is there a race or a series that you want? One day I want to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like being here in open wheelers, I've never looked at trying to do open wheelers. Because I just didn't think it was able to be done. But I think an IndyCar drive would be pretty cool. Something on a road course. Oh, probably not the 500 on an oval, but something on a road course over there would be amazing to do. And then Chicago NASCAR. That's something that, after watching what Shane did there, watching the hype around that event, I think everyone around the world tunes in and watches that's into racing. So I'd love to try and do that one as well.
Good luck in your 3 rounds, and who knows, you might get a call from Helmut.
We'll wait and see. Hopefully.